Deep within a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters,
You had it muted, so you couldn't hear it.
God damn it! Always with the YouTube, man. Always, every fucking time, man. Never fails.
Never fails.
We in here, all right. WTF Wednesday Live. Woo! It's the Chase and Shep show, and look who we got with us today.
It's Phil.
It's Phil. It's Phil.
Hi,
I don't know why I
guys.
had to try to guess. I could just
It's fine.
directions, man. They're hard.
I know.
They're hard in the mirror thing.
Man, where's Corey at? He's gonna be thrilled. A crossover of his two favorite podcasts. What is this? A crossover episode?
That's funny.
Hey,
Crossover episode.
little
Chase, I see.
PCP. I don't know if I was talking to you about this the other day, Shep, or if this was somebody else. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was you yesterday, but I don't know if you've found yourself having this problem, Phil, but whenever I tell people about the podcast, our podcast, I always have to remember to follow that up by saying PCP, the Phil and Chase podcast, because I realized it was sounding like I would say, oh yeah, back when we were doing PCP, or like, yeah, well, yeah, and we would, and every, like, however often we would do PCP, did not even cross my mind as to what that was
How
sounding.
bad that sounds. Yeah.
I dropped that and I was like, I mean, not that PCP.
Sorry, talking.
Maybe not that one.
PCP.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I gotta go. It's time for me and my buddy to go do PCP.
can you escort me home?
All right, you're gonna.
Okay. Let me share it to the old Facebook here.
Says 2 people are watching. Is that me and you?
I hope so. I'm watching.
Yeah.
Really.
There's 3 of us. It's the counter's off.
Just the 3 of us.
Just the 3 of us. It's WTF Wednesday, whatever the fuck Wednesday is. So you know, as usual, we've got no clue what we're doing.
They could have watched me chug my Dr. Pepper. They wanted.
You could. You still got Dr. Pepper.
I know. I might save it for like the
Halftime show.
Well,
This is our longest show of the week. So
that's
The halftime show.
yeah, we do 2 hours on Wednesday. Give people the chance to, if they didn't catch the first hour, they get the back half. Not saying one is better than the other, but
Not at all.
WTF Wednesday Live.
There you go.
You
There
already,
you go.
you already know where to find everything. ChaseandShep.com.
ChaseandShip.com.
That's right. That's the spot. You can find
That's where
everything.
we got all the latest updates are there. Hell, I could even probably, if I wanted to, update it right now to get this live stream on there, but I don't feel like it.
Right. That's
Fuck
not
it.
that's not something you're feeling. That's not one of the WTFs to that. It's not.
Nah, that's not a WTF.
Oh,
But you know what? I do have a quick pro tip for you for the week.
Let's hear it.
If you're like me, you know, you're viewing this on YouTube right now, and if you're like me and you don't really like to watch the ads, I'm not a big ad guy myself. You know, if you when you start a video, if you skip to the end of it and just hit replay the video, you can watch the whole video and it'll just skip right over the ads.
I did not.
That is a good pro tip.
I hate
There you
ads.
go.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Dad.
There you go. There's a little pro tip for you.
Does Phil, do you have any tips?
I can't. Not at this second. I will
Whoa.
think of a tip.
Tip with Todd. If you don't have any tips, don't share them.
Don't share those.
That works.
Oh God!
There you go. Your tips with Todd for the week.
Now I have to think of one. You both thought of one, so
Well, if you think you're getting out of here without doing a top 5 today, you are fucked up. You are fucked up.
well, if I'm doing a top 5, y'all don't get tips.
I'm gonna want
Top 5 pro tips.
Phil's top 5 pro tips for life.
You want to go right now?
No, mull that over.
You
Mull
looked
that
at me
over.
like
We're
you ready for me to fucking
Yeah.
do it.
that was
You got,
you to let you know.
you got 2 hours.
So I was
You're gonna
mad
wanna
that I didn't
think
want to
on
do
that.
tips and I have to do 5 tips.
This is what happens.
This is what happens when Phil tries to get on a podcast. Yes, they
Yeah.
give a top.
This is
5.
Phil's dream come true. He's the world's first podcast host that wanted nothing more than to just be a podcast guest. So
It is
today
fun.
we're making a young boy's dream come true.
Hi, Mom.
I made it.
Just
did it.
wanted to be a guest. I'm a great guest, terrible host. Yes, anyone who's ever came over to my house. It's wild. People try to ask me to do something. I'm like, yeah, it's in the kitchen. You can just go grab it yourself. They're like, can you just do it for me? I was like, sure. No, I'm inconvenienced by it.
How's your week been going, boys?
Hey man, not bad. It's the old hump day.
Oh, hump day. Yeah, started a new job this week. So been doing that. So pretty busy, pretty sore. I used to have to work, so
Nice.
but other than that, nothing else.
It's always good getting back to work.
I know, need to get that money. There's pro tip.
Pro tip. Gotta have a little bit of money in life.
I have
Cream. Cash rules everything around me.
$1 bill, y'all. $1 bill, y'all. I feel like the people usually start flooding in about now. About 7 minutes in till Wednesday.
They heard I was coming.
They heard about the guest today. They looked at the description box and they said, "I don't care.
Phil.
Whoever." I didn't say Phil. I just said a special guest.
Oh.
I just said a special guest comes by to get wild on Wednesday.
Now if only I had some like hot wings, I could have just ate those.
Maybe I should have.
I had shared earlier that we were gonna do my music thing, so maybe that's what deterred people away. Maybe they're like, fuck that.
They were like, "We did that last week."
Nah.
Well, we can always still do that while we're waiting on people. Throw up some music. You said you're able to do that on your end? Is that right?
Let's see. Let me see.
Some screen sharing and
Let's test it out. It's whatever the fuck we want, right?
right.
It is Wednesday. After
It is
all,
Wednesday. That is what Wednesdays mean. I'm telling you, I feel like our variations on WTF Wednesdays are definitely on their way, especially with the old studio and how things are going. We could have all sorts of fun stuff. So you might be seeing more than just old Chase and Shep on Wednesdays.
Ooh, maybe a
Just
little
never
Philly.
know. You just never know. You never know who might stop by, or who we might stop in on.
Oh, that'd be fun. Do a little pop-up appearance somewhere.
Like I'm like, "Hello, you're on WTF Wednesday Live," which is
Do you have 2 hours?
they're just random people whose houses we show up to every Wednesday.
Just that's funny. Just random.
They're our guests for the full 2 hours. I wonder if we're able to from our phones get a little mobile. Oh, okay. I see you. I see what's going on here.
I'm trying to figure out how to how to get it to a direct website though.
Usually when you do the screen share thing, it'll give you options of which screen you'd like to share.
Oh.
So it'll say like a window or whatever. If you want to share like a certain window, you can just share that specific. We were moving and grooving last Wednesday.
Oh,
We
just
were
like this.
spent 2 hours, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Today's background dancing is brought to you by Phil Basin.
It was one of my tips. Dance whenever possible. Back on PCP.
Is that two? Is that two now? Back when we were on PCP.
Dance whenever
Maybe I
possible.
have to.
Doesn't clarify.
I don't have to. No music. If you feel like dancing, dance. That's what I gotta say. So I got 3 more to spread out through.
So what is that so far? Get money and dance when you can.
Yep.
So we're at 2. We're at 2 tips right now.
No fucking choose
Don't blow
Always
your load.
practice safe sex. It's when you're load. There
How
you
about
go.
that? Always practice safe sex. Mind you, he doesn't follow any
I
of
was
these
about
tips.
to
He doesn't
say,
follow any of these fucking tips.
I'm broke. I don't dance, and I don't have safe sex. So.
I can't wait to hear what your next 2 tips for a good life are.
Good lord. I know. I should be writing books for people right now. All the tips I'm giving out.
Fuck, you should be reading this book
I know.
when you're done writing it.
Shit. Maybe I'll learn something.
Right? Go back to the beginning. Shit, this is good advice.
Wow, someone should really be listening to this guy right
Damn,
now.
this guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh, man.
God damn it, this thing is being dumb.
I don't follow, honestly.
well, you think on that. Like I was saying, don't blow your load. We're only 11 minutes into a 2-hour show.
Oh god.
Yeah. You figured those 2 out, and I'm gonna have to make you come up with 5 more. For the show.
5 every hour.
A new top 5 for the second hour.
I swear, John's about to come down here and start banging on the door like, why are you laughing?
Yeah, quit that laughing. Ain't nothing that funny.
Ain't nothing that bad.
Hey yo.
Ain't nothing that funny. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go.
What's happening?
I don't know if it'll play the music though because it didn't ask me any audio shit. Look at all that.
Look at all that music.
Dude, that's a lot of music.
And guess where you can find it, people?
YouTube?
ChaseandShep.com/music.
Oh shit.
That's right.
Let's see. Can you hear this when it starts playing? Hold on.
10 years of propaganda. I like that.
Can you hear anything?
No. I can hear you.
Could you hear?
No.
Could you hear any music playing? So
No.
It didn't give me an option to share with audio.
I noticed that only gave me that option when I used a Chrome tab. Let me look at it. Yeah, every time I went in here, it wouldn't do it for the application window, but if I shared a Chrome tab, it always gave me the option to share audio.
I don't know if I even have Chrome.
There. You should be good to go.
I don't have Chrome.
Well,
Yeah, I don't have a Chrome on here.
I don't.
This shit's being dumb.
So you don't have Chrome? You want me to just pull this up?
I'm gonna grab it real quick.
I'll get it.
All you have to do is go to Chrome.
All right. Well, then Phil and I will just keep
Download Chrome today.
doing our thing, cracking our jokes. As he
Saying woke, cracking jokes.
Nothing to say.
says
anymore.
nothing. You got 2 more tips.
I have 2 hours. You told me not to blow my load too fast. It's a problem.
Well, now we're killing time, so you have to.
I've been told that's a problem, so I don't know how to. I'm trying to be mindful. Work the slow game tonight.
Practice makes perfect.
Shoot, I should have answered that Hims ad on Tinder if I would have not had
What ad on Tinder?
Hims. It's like sexual enhancements and bullshit like that.
How's it going over there, Johnny?
He's working on it. I'll talk to you.
Just trying to get this to pop up here.
Let's see
Start
here.
downloading El Chrome.
What else can we share with the people today? What other news do we got on WTF Wednesday Live?
I don't know.
Big things going on behind the scenes of Chase and Shep. We've been alluding to that all week. I'll be hyped to start dropping it. We start dropping stuff next week, next Monday.
Next Monday, huh?
Yep. New, all sorts of new. All new next week.
All due next week. Hell yeah.
Get some sets from some local musicians. Sans Johnny Cash, unfortunately. But at least the people that did your verse did you justice. So,
Thanks, guys.
yeah,
Wherever you are.
they killed it. They killed it and then followed
They
it up
always do.
saying Shep killed that verse.
Shout
You
out
did
to
too.
Shep.
Even in spirit that day, you still fucking murdered him.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Man, and
Oh,
again,
don't be modest. Shit.
something else we've been hyping too is I can't stress enough. This boy's about to drop superhero music on you guys in 2021, and y'all ain't ready for that shit. Not at
Yeah,
all.
it should be
I
really
don't
dope.
care if you are one of the people who's been waiting, what, 5 years, you said?
Yeah,
5 years?
Yeah, you're still not ready. You're going to need 5 more. But you're not getting it.
you're not getting it.
Never gonna get it. Nah, 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 nah. Love songs.
Trying to install 2 Google Chromes. It's like, hold up, homie.
We're trying to install 2 things of Chrome.
Yeah, it's like we don't need 2 of them here. We just need 1.
Remember me.
Witness me.
Whatever. Whatever.
I'm gonna get done with this, and it's gonna be like, please restart your computer.
Yeah, right.
I don't want that.
God damn it!
Shep. Not
I
on
hope not.
Wednesday.
Oh, shit.
Please
Yeah.
don't go.
I feel like all of our viewers are at work right now. They should just all take a break at once. They all work at the same place.
Do they really? Wow.
Should just be. They should be playing us.
Do what?
They should be playing us in the background.
Right? They should play us in the break room.
That's what I was
Nice.
literally gonna say the same thing. They should just put you up on the TV screen.
Where is everyone? Hey, there he is. We were worried about you, Corey.
Hi, Corey. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, we got Philly today. It's a crossover episode.
the crossover. The Philly takeover.
Yeah, PCP takeover. Ooh.
Oh, I should have done is have Aaron hold up his other hand and complete the whole raise the roof since mine got cut off.
Sorry, I froze up there with Chrome.
Woo! Woo!
Corey, since you're just now joining us, Phil has slowly been dropping his top 5 pro tips for life
I have.
that he doesn't follow. Would you like to recap?
I will recap for you, Corey, since you weren't here. 1 was get money. 2 was to dance whenever possible. And then 3 was to practice safe sex.
Just pro tips for a better life. 2 more coming
2
your way.
I had to
5
hold my
more after
load
that.
in, so I can't get too excited.
Never get too excited.
Never get too That's a problem. Start shaking and stuff. It's the worst.
That's the next James Bond movie. Never get too excited.
They didn't about his last movie. He's not gonna get one.
When he's just old as hell.
Definitely doing good. Definitely doing good. Hope you're doing good, Corey.
We are. We're
I'm trying to
bullshitting around.
install Chrome.
We are. We're
Well,
doing good.
What the fuck was this about?
Feel enlightened and enriched with the knowledge and ability of a good life now. Well, as long as you put those things into practice, you should be
And
good.
you know what? You got 2 more tips coming your way, buddy.
2 more tips.
stay
So
tuned.
yeah, don't be too enlightened. Not too enriched.
We haven't peaked yet. Don't worry. We'll reach that.
What is on my hat? What is this?
my load?
Why is the
Stop.
force so stick there?
What is the... Oh, wait, there's...
But wait, there's more. I was gonna do a tenant, but it just didn't fit. I just wanted to do it.
We should have.
I guess Phil doesn't know. Just the tenant trailer boy every time. Every time it gets dropped, tenants. Fuck
That's
it.
funny. I have seen it.
Tenants. Fucking A.
Fucking.
When the
Snit. Snit.
snit. It's okay. Time is obviously moving around there. It's non-linear time. It's crazy.
It never
shit.
is.
Never is. Just did you see that one yet?
What?
Tenants.
No, I have not. I cannot say I have.
It's
That's what I think
Sorry.
you told me that. That's why I wasn't jumping up and down.
You could always watch our review on it beforehand if you'd like.
Oh, I'd probably watch it first.
true. We do get spoiler talk.
It happens.
And that was not one we were as deliberate about where the spoiler talk was. So
It happens. You know, because people love to spoil things if they give them a chance.
yeah, that's true.
So
I just told him all about Shadow in the Cloud. I didn't even give him a chance.
I didn't even chance. From what I heard enough. That's a movie to get super stoned to and just watch. Like at midnight.
Great man.
They
For
have
sure.
to be, bro.
For sure. I stand by what I said in my review. I would still go to a movie theater and watch it. Even though Aaron would not join me.
I join you just because I haven't seen it. But
Maybe in IMAX.
based off of what I
Definitely
heard,
an IMAX. There ain't no maybe over here. They say it's playing in the IMAX. I'm at the IMAX. That'd be a dope movie to see in IMAX.
you should have went and saw the Kanye thing. IMAX, wasn't it here? That one
The
day,
Jesus is
yeah.
King thing. Yes, I missed it.
Damn shame.
That was probably quite all right.
A little slip cut. I don't know what's going on with him and Jeffree Star, but that seems a little odd.
What?
Yeah, it's like all over like Snapchat and shit. Like apparently, like Kanye's breaking up with Kim the date Jeffree Star or some shit. Like, it was like the one like it's so weird. I was like, I wanted to read more, but laziness took over. So
I guess this is the kind of stuff you miss out on when you're not on social media.
Yeah, I mean it's been recent. It's only been like a week.
Well, I guess. Sometimes news takes a little while. The Capitol riots last Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even know about
I think
it.
I would have brought that up before I would have brought up Kanye.
No, I'm happy. I didn't know about that. The Capitol riots. I didn't even know they were going on until he and I went over to the guy's house the other day because like YouTube was not showing any of that to me. Isn't it? Oh, I didn't have the chat. I didn't see that you responded to your misspelling of Tisnet.
It happens.
It's okay. That movie deserves to be misspelled. Hey, you know what though? We'll give Christopher Nolan a pass. I think he's made enough great movies in his time that he can afford, one that's like, I may never watch this again.
Hell yeah.
Tenet, the one movie that played in theaters all of 2020.
They did play for like a long time.
It was literally the only movie. It wasn't the only movie in 2020,
but it was one. It was up there.
It was like the blockbuster of 2020. We've discussed this on the show before. This is obviously a popular topic we like to keep coming back
old
to.
News for you folk.
This is brand new to Phil, just like Kanye and Jeffree Star is news to me.
Oh yeah. That's not fun. What the fuck?
Yeah, you rolling now?
We'll see. We'll see. It's in Chrome. It still didn't ask me if I wanted audio though.
Oh,
well, that was the most important part.
Yeah, that was the most important part. So it's probably not going to work.
I don't know why.
Blaring.
Nothing? Okay or nothing?
No.
It should be like right down at the bottom, like your little like share screen thing that comes up, and it's like you go over to the Chrome tab, and like you click on that before you move forward. If you look down at the bottom, there's like a little checkbox that says share audio.
Yeah.
You better believe it, sister.
Oh, you're fine.
We'll try this again. We'll try her again here.
Third time's the charm, homie.
By the time we get to working, it'll be time to end the show.
We're gonna pull Matt Damon. the Jimmy Kimmel Matt Damon situation.
And that's all the time we have.
Apologies to Matt Damon. We ran out of time. Did you find it?
No, it's not showing it anywhere on my thing to say like, yo, choose audio or anything like that.
Here, can you? Oh,
What?
I was gonna show Shep my screen, but that's not gonna work.
Damn it. You can't just.
Are you playing audio? Because it ain't playing.
No, I'm not playing nothing.
You want me to just throw it up?
All it's giving me is the option to disable. It's probably because I'm in Firefox when I'm doing this right now.
I don't know, man. I was able to do 2 Chrome tabs, and I just had that separate tab going. But it had to have been a Chrome tab, and then like down where it says share, if you look over to that left side, there's like a little checkbox that says share audio.
I see mine's. I'm going for my browser that I'm in for right now is Firefox is what I'm saying, and I'm trying to just share with a Chrome tab. But if I got to probably exit the stream.
You shouldn't have.
And get over in the Chrome to broadcast, and then I bet I could broadcast the music.
What's the old Bandcamp?
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash Bandcamp.
Sorry, that something isn't here. Is bandcamp.com/Johnny Cash?
No, it's johnnycash.bandcamp.
Excuse you? What did you say?
It's johnnycash.bandcamp, bud.
Gee.
I'm just logging in and gonna switch streams because it'll be easier.
I got it up. I got it pulled up right here. Ready to roll. You just tell me what you want played. What can we do you for? What are you trying to get going?
I'm logging into it. I got you here in a second. God fucking
I can play something while you're looking.
Just play whatever.
Oh, I get to pick? Oh, shit. Honestly, I'm just reading your titles right now. Damn, son. 32 tracks, eh? I mean, it is 10 years of propaganda. That is a lot of years. So it kind of makes sense that there'd be 32 tracks here.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang,
This is
bang,
what I thought it was.
I hit the ground.
That's exciting.
Bang, bang.
How's that sounding on your end?
Bang, bang.
Not bad.
That baby shot me
It's through your
down.
headphones though.
I don't have headphones on. Here.
All I heard was bang, bang, send a bullet through my brain. Can I maintain this pain when it hits me like a train? Booted cocaine to explain just why I went insane. But the rain didn't sustain, you stood there with the empty chain. You were the motherfucker standing there screaming out my name. The motherfucker telling me that everything the city wanted me to come along and play a little game. Now I'm the only one here with a bullet in the brain. But remember, what goes around will always come back. Maybe I'll just have to get my axe and give your neck a whack. Or maybe maybe I'll be the one sitting there with the loaded clip. And you can't run, no, you can't hide, so don't even try to dip. Bang, bang, bullet something through your brain. Bang, bang, echoing a bullet's ring. Bang, bang, it is always the same. Bang, bang, will your soul remain the same?
Oh. Oh, I see what you got. Oh no, that was us.
Yeah, you're just playing it. You're just playing through your microphone. Is the only thing.
Yeah, I thought you started playing that. I didn't realize it was playing automatically into the next song. That's funny. I thought that was a different song. I thought that was a different Bang Bang. That was you? That was like your track or whatever? Bang Bang?
I was 18 when that came out.
No shit. That explains why it sounds so different.
17 or so.
Little baby. Rio blew my mind today when he told me how old he was.
Yeah.
I said, no shit. That's crazy. I'm the baby. I'm the baby of the group.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby Chase, man.
Ooh.
I can't declare myself Chase baby because that is taken. That is somebody's name.
Not legally, but
Accounted for.
All right, I'm going to close out of this and come in on another one. I'll be right back.
All right. Bye, Shep.
Peace.
I know.
It really throws you off.
Okay, close out. At some point. There we go.
Corey said it sounds decent on his end.
I
Thank
can
you.
hear you guys, though.
Huh?
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you're still like in this bitch. You're.
Oh, I closed out, so I can't see that. I'm entering in on a different one. It's freezing.
Oh yeah, you're still here.
It's weird.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
There he goes.
There he goes. There he goes. And there he goes again. I love that song. It's like the fourth song reference I made tonight.
Phil's really just trying to get his music in tonight.
Exactly.
He's trying to do a sneaky Blazing Hazel set tonight.
Ooh, just sing a bunch of songs.
That's one thing. Shep's gone now, so he's not going to hear this until he rewatches this, if he rewatches this. But that's one track I wish we had to play. The one Blazing Hazel track.
I'm so glad you don't. I'm glad no one has that.
God, I hope I can find that.
I don't think you can. There's only one
Let's find out, boys and girls.
Way to find out. I hope you can. I pray for anyone who's watching this, mainly Corey.
Anybody listening.
But no.
Corey, you might be on for a treat tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I can't find it, it's okay. I'm sure Phil knows it, but I definitely know.
I mean,
I definitely know the lyrics.
I think I could remember them if I had to.
What is this? There's another Blazing Hazen?
There can't be.
He's out there, man.
Well, now I have to kill him. Blazing Hazen, I'm coming for you.
Denny Blazing Hazen?
I don't like this. I don't like this.
A self-Hazen as Blazing Hazen, a self-proclaimed suburban white rapper.
Oh, God, really taking my whole...
Was the subject of a circa 1989 video demo tape that mysteriously appeared on YouTube. And then it cuts off. No, I knew who I meant. So find me the song, internet. I'm pretty sure I was the one with the last copy of that song. So I don't have it.
I really hope you. I just don't. That's one thing I try to forget about. I don't even tell people about that, but for good reason.
I mean, if anything, he acts like he's the only person that was embarrassed by this thing, because he was. I was perfectly fine with my shitty auto-tuned voice.
You got to be auto-tuned,
right? Auto-tune couldn't save those words. We could have auto-tuned the shit out of you. It wouldn't have made any sort of a difference.
No, not the,
your voice is not the problem.
The lyrics were the issue, guys.
Well, I'm sorry I can't bring you this great collaboration of a group once known as Call Off the Dragons. It was me, another friend of ours. The track, what was it called? Cassidy? Is that what the
Yeah.
name of the track was? The track was Cassidy by Call Off the Dragons featuring Blazing Hazen. Produced by Mikey Beats, aka Mr. Sandwich.
Okay.
And I sang the lyrics. It was quite the collaborative process. There's like
It really
6 or 7 fucking people that were all involved in making this monster of a song.
I love it. The whole story is funny.
Which is even funnier because, you know, as embarrassed as Phil is by this, he was definitely not the person most upset about this.
I know. Well, I was just embarrassed because I had some shit lines. Or just really the one.
So Blazing Hazen hops on the track, and he comes to spit bars, drops Cassidy. I heard someone took off your chastity. Please don't tell me that is blasphemy.
Right, guys?
Baby, don't be mad at me. I just want that ass in me.
Mind you, I was like 16. It was a one and done take, so there is no fixing it once it was done.
Welcome back, Shep. We're talking about the illustrious career of Blazing Hazen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I just came back on Firefox because Google Chrome sucks. So there you go. There you have it first, guys. There's an exclusive review for you. Had both of them closed out. I said, let's see which one's faster. Firefox all around.
It's a winner.
Fuck
I use
Google Chrome.
Safari myself.
Well, I think even on the Mac laptop I use Brave browser. So fuck Chrome.
Sorry, Chrome.
Sorry, Chrome.
Can't do it all right, Google.
Ooh.
They're gonna send people here.
I'll just take me
Google police.
I give a fuck about no Google.
You say that to Google.
You just see people pick Shep away.
His internet just shuts down completely.
I could care less about them. Fuck them. They could bring me on to help them make a decent browser, though. I'd make one that doesn't
There you
fucking
go.
suck.
Yo, remember all that shit we were talking? He just wants a job. He's just trying to get. He's just trying to get
No,
hired.
I'll go in with Shep and we'll be like the interns.
the who's Owen Wilson and who's Vince Vaughn? That is who was in that movie, right?
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Well, I'll be Vince Vaughn. I'm sorry. I have to be Owen Wilson.
I have to fuck my nose up.
It happens. I already get enough shit for my nose, so I'd rather just
It sounds
just
like
not take that.
Phil's probably gonna be Owen Wilson.
I probably will. I just didn't want to. I thought if I called Vince Vaughn first, I wouldn't have to be Owen Wilson, but it's not fair.
You can't call shotgun from the driver's seat, buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm not really sure what we should do for this next hour and 20 now.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, I could have
Pro
played DJ.
tip: drink water every day.
Oh,
There you go.
there's tip number
Drink a
4.
gallon. I'll even specify. Drink a gallon of water every day. As I drink my Dr. Pepper.
Shep and I drink water. He drinks Dr. Pepper. So there's your 4th pro tip that Phil doesn't follow. Stick around for number 5.
Yeah, he don't follow.
Oh man. It's really gonna suck it when I walk out halfway through this pod stream, whatever you want to call it, to go smoke.
Don't do drugs or smoke cigarettes, kids.
Well, it should have been my fifth tip, but I can't use it now because you said it.
Yep. That's how that goes.
Shit.
I was so confused. I actually thought you pulled a dog on me and you threw it, and I thought you threw it, and I was waiting for the loud noise, and it never came.
That is funny.
Still had it in your hand.
Where was the clinking?
This is how dogs feel. Betrayed. Betrayed.
Betrayed.
Oh man. You know, it's gonna happen. Not every Wednesday can be wild. You know.
Not every one of them. Maybe
got-
every other.
we got pretty lit last Wednesday. What can we say?
Did you?
I mean, we just jammed.
Hell yeah.
We jammed. We DJ'd. We played some music. Excuse me.
You're excused. Oh, pat you on the back.
I'm still trying to think of something. I'm just like looking around at all my shit. Like, what can we do for 2 hours?
What can we do for 2 hours? Corey, what do you want to see us do for 2 hours? Well, not 2 hours anymore. Hour and 20.
What's he wants to see you butt chug.
Phil's never allowed back.
Not happening, bud.
I thought y'all said we're trying to get wild.
Oh, we just got done saying we weren't getting wild. What are you talking about?
I thought it was because
We said everyone
I thought it was because you had any wild ideas. I thought I'd throw some out there. for
Too
you.
wild.
Too
wild.
Pro tip number 5, because I don't know how much time I have left. Live life on the edge. I do that one though, so do so silly.
This is what our Wednesday night is consisting of now. Lowbrow humor.
This is why Phil doesn't have a podcast anymore.
this is why Phil's show got canceled.
This is why I'm a guest.
Corey,
Guys. I can't.
Corey's probably done left. That's why he's not answering back.
Yeah, right. It says there are
It's
3
like-
people watching,
I just joined, so maybe that's why.
which is why I'm assuming number 3 is our boy. He might be playing video games. I feel like he likes to pull double duty. He multitasks while he does this. I don't blame you. If I could, I'd do the same thing.
You can't. It would just be a lot harder.
I even thought about that tonight, but it was far too late by the time I had the idea.
What, do it Twitch?
Yeah, do a game stream tonight. But it was far too late at this point.
You should have.
Yeah.
Far too late.
I mean, I don't know. There'd always be time to just, but then there would be no dual involvement. That's where the
True.
trouble.
You
True.
just have one person doing it.
Here and there.
Just
What do
have one of us.
Yeah. Well, when we were listening through music the other day, G inspired me to go out and buy God of War. So he was playing his track Kratos, and I was like, "Fuck, I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play the Dad Simulator,
Well, I was gonna ask if you got any video games.
God of War."
Oh yeah.
I did find out a little fun fact about God of War that I feel like at least you'll understand this because you watch mid-90s. The kid from mid-90s, like the main kid,
Yeah.
is the kid in God of War.
Get the
Like
fuck
Kratos,
out.
is a boy. He's that boy. The old Dad Simulator.
Boy.
I guess I can get rid of ChaseandChef.com/music.
Why?
Because we can.
Because we can. We got a button for it. ChaseandChef.com. It's viewers' choice. WTF Wednesday Live, viewers' choice. Ghost stories? What are you trying to trick us? Like, but gee, why don't you say that out loud?
I just was asking. It's in the chat. Fuck it. Same person.
Shit, we can go on about ghost stories. I love talking about ghost
I have
stories.
a ghost story. I guess I
I'll hit up Priyanka. She'll start watching this episode. She
Well,
loves listening
Well,
to that.
really, we both have a ghost story that involves each other. That one day when I was in tech school, we got that weird ass voice came on the phone and shit.
Oh my god, that was creepy
It
as
was
hell,
one
dude.
of the scariest. I didn't use my phone after a certain hour for like a week. Like I didn't even feel comfortable being in my room anymore after that.
I remember
was
that.
like-
Phil and I were both on the phone with each other, and this weird, just like noise voice thing like came through, and maybe it was static interference or some shit
I
like that.
doubt
I don't
it.
know, but the way it sounded was like this demonic, just like, and we were both in silence on the phone after that. We were both like, "Was that you?"
like you ended up. And I called back. I was like, "Dude, did you hear that?" You're like, "Yeah, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, "I have no idea," because it was weird because it happened to me earlier too when I was talking to Cord on the phone. Like I started hearing like this weird like static. You're like, I could have swore I heard someone else. I was like, "Dude, like you." you have your phone plugged
Listen.
into like the car or like someone there with you? He's like, no, it's just me. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then like a couple days later is when it happened to us. I was like, fuck calling
never
people
just-
after 10 o'clock. I'm done, dude.
It's never just Cord though. He's got a ghost problem.
Oh my
That
god! Another ghost story. I heard kissing noises and people run up and down the stairs when they say the night is his place once. It was the weirdest.
We just heard two people getting real.
We did have a buddy whose house was like all of us were pretty convinced that it was haunted. Some weird shit would happen at his house all the
You
time.
can't make some of that shit up.
He would tell us some stories where I'm like, you'd have to be making this up because either you're making this shit up or it actually happened, and there's no way for me to say whether it did or not. But he had quite a few good stories, like
The chairs.
The chairs was one because he's lippy when it comes to ghosts. He has none of it. He talks back to him. He doesn't like it when ghosts fuck with him, so he's just like, get out of here. He's like, he's talking shit. And he said one night he just wanted to go to sleep, and he was just over it. And he like sat up, talked some mad shit to these ghosts, went back to sleep, and he claims that when he woke up in the morning, like he had like a few rolling chairs and stuff in his room. Said he woke up in the morning, all the chairs were around his bed, like faced at his bed and stuff. I'd be like, see, shut your mouth. Don't go mouthing off to fucking ghosts, man. It's just not a good idea.
No, I'd mouth off. I'd mouth off to him, and
Of course,
I feel like
you wear Ouija pants. You obviously have a problem. You obviously
I've got a Ouija board hanging up on my wall.
He does. He did just buy a second pair of the same Ouija
I can't
pants.
hang out with you anymore, dog.
He just said he's got a Ouija board hung up on his wall. He's got a death wish.
It's just asking for the money.
Literally.
No, I mean, like, I was always intrigued when I was younger about ghosts and the afterlife and shit. That's one of those things that, when you're...
I do know. I watch enough horror movies, as do you.
No, yeah. But I mean, when you're starting to question your mortality and life, that's when you start looking into those things. When I was younger, I tried to look into that as much as I could. And that's what started the obsession with this shit. I think it would be dope. I think it would be dope to be... have like a poltergeist in the house or some shit.
Has anyone ever just brought like sage over to your place, like Celeste?
I've got sage sitting on my altar right now. So I mean, like, I do burn sage.
Your emergency sage, just in case your intrigue goes a little too far.
You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared.
I guess so. If you're gonna go exploring, spelunking in the spiritual world, I suppose.
They might spelunk in you.
They just might spelunk right into you.
For sure. In my life. Like, full figured.
Yeah, ghost stories are crazy. I love hearing ghost stories.
Well, mine was like when I was about 18, we was all fucking around and we wanted to, test this shit. And one of my friends down in St. Louis, he started hanging out with this girl that was into a lot of witchcraft, a lot of satanic type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So she's like, "Oh, let me see your Ouija board. I'll put I could put this curse on it and make it work." So she put this curse on it, curse.
Definitely check curse.
You lost me at 16.
Cool. And she cut my buddy, so he bled all over it and shit like that. But whatever.
See, this is
anyway,
blood magic.
When we would use this Ouija board, it would work like nothing else, man. It would work like it was supposed to work. And so one night at my friend Chris's house, we were talking to a ghost that it said that, like, oh yeah, I got kind of killed around there, and shit like that. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like we had such a great vibe. Like, it felt like nice and warm in the atmosphere and shit like that in this room when we were doing it. And like, so we was like, yo, you should show yourself to us sometime. And it went to it moved up and went to yes. So we were like, fucking okay, that's cool. And then, probably about 2 weeks passed, enough time for you to forgot that as an 18-year-old kid, or whatever. And I was at my friend Chris's house that we had done this. And it was me and him, and we was eating pizza rolls in his kitchen. And it's like his kitchen was connected to the living room and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were sitting there. We were both sitting at his kitchen table eating pizza rolls. Next thing I know, his TV turned on. Now, we were talking to one another, like we was mid-conversation. So like his TV turned on. And we both kind of like looked over to the side while you're talking. You're not really paying that much attention to anything. And when we looked out into his living room, I seen this guy standing in a suit with his hand in his pocket, in front of the TV, like looking down at the TV. And like when I looked over in the living room, he's looking over at us with a smile. We kind of went back to doing what we were doing, talking, and then we both stopped, like, wait, what the fuck was that? And looked back over into the living room. And when we did that, there was nobody in there, and the TV was on and shut off while we were both looking over there. And so we were like, oh, damn, there was that ghost showing himself to us. So that was like the first time I got to see a ghost.
I don't think I've ever seen a ghost.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't know.
You might have.
I might have. Who knows?
Well, that was the first time with my buddies outside of his apartment complex. I'm coming back up this hill that leads back to base, which is the front of his apartment.
Oh shit! It's a two-parter. Nice. A little cliffhanger.
Nice.
A little cliffhanger. We'll wait.
Oh, so as we're waiting for this little cliffhanger, I got a quick one to tell. So in Indiana, there's apparently like a covered bridge that's haunted. And so I went out there with this chick, and her Jeep would always die. And so when we went out there, it like we were supposed to turn the lights off, but the whole Jeep just shut off like in that moment. And I freaked the fuck out. I said, "Get me the fuck out of here right now. Like, I do not want to be here anymore." She thought it was the funniest thing ever.
About hearing faint. Yeah, I don't. I've definitely heard more things than. And I feel like hearing things is easier to write off than seeing things. But I'm not the type of person who writes these things off. I just choose to believe.
Well, the second one I had seen, and this one was even creepier than the first. We went to this cemetery because it was around the same time. We was all jazzed. It was right before Halloween. So one of our buddies, this kid Larry, our friend James Dean, not the famous guy, and this girl, not the famous one, and this girl, we were all sitting around hanging out. Me and my friend Eric that had the Ouija board that was cursed. We were talking. And they were like, "Yo, there's this cemetery, 45 minutes away from here, haunted as fuck. Like this church got burnt down. The cemetery's got a lot of people that died in the church that day buried there. We should go to it." So there's this little girl ghost you can see there. Dope shit. So we get out there, we get to the cemetery. It is kind of creepy. There was a gravestone we saw that was just covered in blood. So I was like, all right, that's fucked up. And then we noticed like if you were not trying to see it, just kind of like looking around out of your peripherals, you would see this shadow, like it looked like a little shadow of a little girl peeking out from behind a tree. And then like when you would try to focus, it would be like it went behind the tree, like playing hide and seek with you. So we noticed there was one tree that we kept seeing the shadow around. So we're like, okay, let's go over that tree and let's get this Ouija board out. So we go over this tree, get the Ouija board out. Me and my friend Eric were playing on it. The other three, they didn't want to even have nothing to do with it, which we were like, yeah, understandable. We're into this shit. It's all good. So the first like creepy thing that happened is like right when we start using the Ouija board, and like get contact and it starts moving and all sorts of shit. There was a tree branch right above us, which there was no wind this night, and there's a tree branch right above us that was bobbing up and down, the whole time we were having this conversation on this Ouija board. Right. And so we went in there. My friend Eric was like, yo, we're not here to fuck nothing up, mess anything up. We're just observing all this kind of shit, just trying to tell the spirit we're cool. And it just spells get out. And so I was like, I was like, yo, we should stay. Like, if this spirit's saying get out, maybe some cool shit's about to go down. Like, we should stay and see what happens. And the other three people that were with us,
Shep. Shit.
No, the other three people that were with us were not having it, and they're like, listen, you guys can stay, but we're gonna leave. And they were the ones that drove. So needless to say, we closed the Ouija board off and put it up, and we were like, all right, we're coming. And as we were walking out, when we got to where there was this burnt church, the girl that was with us, it was September, October-ish. So she was wearing like a tube top shirt with this little sweater vest thing over it. She just starts screaming, and we're like, what the fuck's your deal? And she takes her sweater vest down, and down completely down the whole back. Her whole back was 3 claw marks, like fresh claw marks down her whole back. And we're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. So that was like one of those. That was one that like a very violent spirit that we came across.
That's why I don't play with Ouija boards.
That's why you don't fucking play with Ouija boards. Pro tip 666: you don't play with Ouija boards.
No, don't, honestly, don't fuck with them if you don't know what you're doing. That is, I believe that 110%. It can definitely fuck with you. My dad wouldn't let me bring one in the house when I was in high school. You're talking voices and shit like that. That was him. That's what he said, man. You'll hear whispers and all kinds of shit when you're fucking with that.
I had an ex whose mom was really like, something had obviously happened before that made her feel this way about like when you bring up a Ouija board, like she'd get like weird, man. Not just like in the sense of like, oh no, like don't use those. It was like something happened. I never got that story, but something happened, and you could see it in her eyes whenever like Ouija boards got brought up. But for me, I was in high school, and I guess now that I found the footage on an old camera not too long ago, I can date this. It was in 2010. In 2010, possibly 2011, I suppose. A girl I was dating at the time, she and I, we went out to a cemetery in Phil and I's hometown. There's a cemetery there. It's called God's Acre. And it's like an old school cemetery. This is where like the OG citizens of the village of Catlin are buried, like from the 1800s and stuff. And so we decided we're going to do a little ghost hunting. And we went out there that night. And there's not like a fence around it, but it is like fenced off. Like, where the perimeter of the cemetery is. There's like posts and stuff. So there's like, you're opening. It's nighttime, and we walk up to it. It's pitch black out there. Like, nobody should even be out there. It ain't a cemetery like open for visits and stuff like that. So we go out there, and the moment we stepped foot inside the cemetery, we heard this noise that sounded like a woman crying. We immediately like took a step back, and as soon as we stepped back out, we stopped hearing the noise. We tried it again. We heard the noise again. As soon as we like breached the cemetery perimeter, we heard the noise. He's heard this story. We'd hear the noise again. So then finally we're like, no, let's just do it. Let's just, let's go in there. We take like, 3 or 4 good big steps in. Now it's louder than it was before. And it definitely sounds like a woman like crying. So we just fucking leave. We get the hell out of there because we're not you. And we know a bad sign when we hear it. So we take off. We leave. And that was the end of that. So later,
you might have came across a witch off of Left 4 Dead.
Well, so a few months later, this girl and I, we'd broken up at this point, and it was some time later, and it's not like we'd really shared this story with anybody. So I'm hanging out with our friend who has the ghost problem, anyways, and we were hanging out in a different cemetery in town, sharing ghost stories as we are now. And he told me that his grandparents have like all of these books about the history of Catlin, and one of them was ghost stories of Catlin. So he just starts telling me about this random one, and he was talking about at God's Acre Cemetery there was a family's little plot, and in the 70s there was a group, I believe it was the 70s, a group of people came out and vandalized the cemetery. And they busted up a bunch of tombstones and stuff like that. Well, in this family's plot, there's one grave that's still intact and was still standing. And this was the grave of a baby that they said the woman would always come out and be just crying over the grave of this baby. And then the whole thing was you could hear the woman crying over the baby's grave, and it's the one grave still standing. When he told me this, without having any idea about that night I had at God's Acre Cemetery, my blood ran cold, dude. It freaked me out, man. I was
love it.
Holy shit, that is terrifying.
I want to go there.
I definitely have. It's like it ain't far from my rent's place, man. So we've gone out there a few times, but that
Maybe
was
we'll have to do that kind of stuff close to October. Do some live Chase Shep on the scene.
Shep ghost hunting, paranormal
Honestly.
investigators. I'd be down. I do like ghost hunting. It's a fun pastime.
Oh yeah.
Until it's not anymore, you know.
I would be interested to even to do trying to get us all to pay money to go stay the night in Ashmore Estates, the haunted mental asylum south of me, for the night.
No thanks, dude.
Why not, man? You wouldn't do that for the night? We could all bring the cameras in there. We could film a nice little episode.
Already, just even thinking about it.
We could film.
I don't know. I see for entertainment purposes where that would be good, but I've also seen those horror movies where shows try to do things for ratings. Ghosts don't care. Ghosts don't care about your damn ratings. They're still gonna kill you.
I know. That's even how Resident Evil 7. That's how that one goes. Them guys was in the demo. Those guys was trying to.
That's right. Not spoilers. I've seen that part of it.
Yeah, trying to. Yeah, it's the demo, and then it's incorporated in the game. You see the video in the game, like from the demo version. You're like, yeah, I remember playing that.
My buddy, we keep coming back to you. I mean, he just had so many good ghost stories. It's hard not to share them. In addition to having like the chairs around his bed and stuff like that, there was one he told us about because he had like the whole basement to himself or whatever, and he had these drop down ceilings, and they had like mouse traps up there because they thought they had mice and stuff. And again, it was one of those nights where he felt like the spirits in his home were fucking with him, and he was just tired. He's trying to go to sleep. He said from one end of the room to the other, like from the opposite end of the room in the direction coming straight towards him, all of the mouse traps went off straight towards him. And the thing is, where I have a hard time questioning my friend about the validity of some of these stories is like what Phil was just saying about other friends who have spent the night at his house. Everybody had a story like this. Everybody had a story that was like something happened to you at his house all the time. People would have that sensation of like if you were sleeping and your hand was like off the bed, they'd say it felt like something had grabbed them and just stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, probably because Cord's in there, talking mad shit at all these ghosts all the time. They're not happy with him. But the one he thinks one of the ghosts was possibly his grandfather. He was sharing that story with me when he told me about their Catlin history books and stuff. But he said they were his grandfather had just passed away, and they were over at his house. And after the funeral and stuff, and his grandpa was big on make sure you turn the lights off in a room when you leave, and would always get on everybody about it all the time. And he said, they were all over at the grandparents' house after the funeral, and he went into his grandma and grandpa's room to use their bathroom in there. And he said he used the bathroom and he walked out and he forgot to turn the light off. And he said as soon as he remembered, he turned around and the light just went right off. And I was like, okay, I see it. I do think of that joke from, did you ever see Funny People with Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen? Yeah. There's that joke where the one roommate of Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill's character, is talking about when his grandpa passes. He's like, and as soon as he closes his eye, he passes, and then the candle next to the bed just flickered. And then Jonah Hill's like, I think your grandpa went to hell, dude. And he's just like, why would you say that? And he's like, I'm just saying you don't pass through fire to get to heaven. It's just
True.
Yeah.
True, you don't.
But yeah, ghost stories be wild, man. I will always usually believe people when they tell me ghost stories. You know, obviously, always take most things with a grain of salt, but it's just like, hey, I can't disprove it. You know,
No, yeah, no.
I've had my own
I've-
experiences for sure. And it's definitely one of those things that I think if you've had an experience, it's much easier to believe that these things can and have happened.
I had some experiences growing up and whatnot, so I definitely believe in it.
Uh,
It was never bad growing up. It was just like I'd hear rumbling go down the stairs and stuff, like somebody literally was falling down the entire stairs, and my mom would be like, "Oh, it was the cat." And as a kid, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay."
we don't have
It was definitely no, we did have a cat, but then as you're an adult and you think back on that noise and how it sounded and stuff, and it's like, yo, if that was the cat, that cat was fucked up, and that cat was never fucked up in the morning, just fine. So,
you familiar with
and
the
I've had, well, I had people live in my childhood home after that has told me that they think it's haunted as well. So there's that too.
Yeah, I've definitely lived in some places where you just get a vibe, man. You can just kind of feel it when you're sensitive to stuff like that. You can feel it, man. Like you just walk into certain places and you're like, there's something off here. there's
Yeah.
some shit going on in this place. Something lingering. Are you familiar with the local ghosts, like the blue light ghost?
A little bit. I've never seen it, but yeah, I know what you're talking.
Note how all my ghost hunting stories usually go hand in hand with me being with a girl at some point. Because I was just getting ready to say, this girl, that was literally the date we went on, was trying to go look for this ghost. You can't
Nice.
get on it, man. Ghost hunting, it's a great substitute for watching horror movies. You know what I mean?
No, I went on a few. Like I've never went on dates ghost hunting, but I've went with people.
Yeah, I've done a few ghost hunting dates.
I don't think I've ever really done any ghost hunting dates myself.
I did. I believe I was with you this one time. There was like a group of us, including our buddy that we've referenced multiple times tonight, where we went to like an abandoned house that like belonged to a family member of his. Do you remember that?
Was his grandma's,
was
great grandma's or some shit,
something like that. But whoever it belonged to, nobody was there anymore. It was like vacated, like one of those things where they just like up and left one day, and there's still like stuff around the house. That was creepy. That was definitely one of those times where I'm like, this feels like something's gonna go wrong.
Right.
You know,
like
this
posters from like the 20s in there and shit like
yeah,
that.
like the just
Or a
it
calendar.
just yeah, like there's no electricity in there, or maybe there was, but we just didn't want to turn on any lights or nothing. So we're walking around with like flashlights and stuff, and it's just like dirty and grimy, and like there's just like abandoned shit everywhere, and like it was just hella creepy, dude. You're just like waiting for somebody to go missing.
Right. I like shit like that though.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to go hunt some ghosts in October. Some Chase and Shep ghost hunters.
Oh God.
Gotta come at you,
Although
just in case.
I feel nervous to do that with you because you'd be tempting fate with those Ouija boards, right?
I'm that guy, man. If you ever were scared that you might wind up in a horror movie, it'd probably be with me. But hey, at least I'd be sensible. I think I'd be sensible enough with my knowledge to know when it's time. Absolutely, the last moment that you can be like, "All right, let's get the fuck out of here."
Sometimes that's too late.
No,
Sometimes that's too late.
never. You might have a good story, man. Maybe you need it to grow as character development, man. That's how I look at it.
One horror movie rule here is you think you're going looking for ghosts and a fucking demon comes home with you. You know, it's like you find ghosts, you're like, dope, nice, awesome. This was a good time. This is what we wanted. But there's that 10th time out of 10 where you're just like, oh shit, this ain't
This ain't it.
This ain't Casper. This ain't Casper the Friendly Ghost. Remember what I say? Ain't afraid of no ghost.
At least then I'd have somebody else hanging out with me around here.
So,
Even if he wants me dead to steal my soul or whatever, I'd be like, nah, dude, not right now. We're good. Let's kick it.
and it's one of those things. As a writer, I can't not believe in some of these things. I just feel like it's just I choose to believe in the unbelievable sometimes. Makes for a better life.
Do you believe in like
It's better.
those mythical type creatures like Bigfoot and Mothman and shit like that?
Sort of,
Jersey Devil.
yeah. I don't think there's just this wide population of them, but I definitely think that there are these little boogeymen out there in the world. Where I mean, these legends definitely originated somewhere.
Yeah.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Call me Chupacabra.
I got a chupacabra. Yeah, man. Yeah. Aliens and stuff. I can dig it. I can dig, aliens. Yeah, but it's like one of those things. To me, all of that is in the same category as religion for me. It's like I can't prove or disprove it either way. So sure,
Right.
sure. At the end of the day, it all sounds good. Sure,
Well,
I feel that.
it is possible, and I've had experiences that say like,
faith,
maybe, yeah, it's. A little bit of faith goes a long way. We were just talking about faith the other day, and how faith is a weird thing because it's completely irrational faith, but it's also the only way anything ever gets done. that's the conversation we were having over at the studio the other day, and it's weird how true that is. I told Phil that everything that's been happening this past week, I feel like it was life saying, hey, we threw a lot at you this past year, but you managed to keep that faith the whole time that your time was coming, and so we'll throw you a bone. Way to
We'll throw you a
pass.
fucking bone.
You passed.
We'll let you have it. Why not?
As a test, Jimmy. You passed. Definitely thought that conversation was going to ride us through this next hour.
Oh, talking about ghosts and shit?
No.
No.
This ain't like last Wednesday. Last Wednesday flew by.
Yeah, I know it did, right? Yeah. This one seems to be like just hanging in there.
Probably because we didn't have to fill the full 2 hours with. We didn't have to fill. we didn't have to fill the full 2 hours with conversation. We were DJ and music, so we had a nice little blend.
That's true.
But
That's true. I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching the Chicago Bears today. That's what I've been doing. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like watching, see if they're gonna actually make some fucking moves to better the team, which they're not. So
I didn't think so. That's why I apologize. The Bears,
cool.
Shit.
Maybe in 2023 or 4 we'll be okay.
Maybe. Fingers crossed for you, buddy.
Yeah.
faith, man.
I mean, look what it did.
It's rough.
The Cubs. I mean, everyone had faith, and they finally won a fucking World Series after like 112 years.
Yeah, so we're looking at what, like 2095 or 6. Hopefully the Bears will get another Super Bowl win.
Yeah. Hang in there.
I won't get to see it.
Hey, don't be
You
negative.
don't
You don't
know
You don't
that.
I would be 112 or something years old by then, man. They last won in 1985, and I was born in 1987. So if it took them 112 years, I would be 110.
Well, they went to the Super Bowl in the mid 2000s.
You bet those pizza rolls and start eating the asparagus and shit.
I don't want to live to be that old. Let's put it that way.
Honestly, I feel like I wouldn't mind. You know,
to live till I was 115.
now if I was all fucked up at 100, then just kill me, please. Like, don't let me. But if I was like good, at 100, like,
Nah.
oh man,
100, you'd be like shitting yourself and couldn't even eat on your own. Fuck that.
Nice healthy 100. Like if I was a nice healthy 100 where I wasn't doing all those things, yeah, leave me be, because eventually I won't die. I'll just kind of like just become dust and just kind of fade. The wind will take me.
just like a Thanos snap.
I think that's the thing. That's why we don't hear about all these other hundreds of years old people, because they just fade away. into the universe.
They step outside.
They get
and gust of
accepted.
Wind just
I don't know. That just sounds horrible. Living 100 years.
It sounds interesting to me. And my thing is, I think about, I'm 26 now. And especially last year when I turned 25, it really got me thinking a lot about the fact that here I am, 25 years old, and if rumor has it I'm going to make it to 50, that is literally a whole other lifetime. And it's like I have experienced so much in 25 years. To think that I'm going to do another 25-year stretch, allegedly, is like, is insane to me. That's a whole other lifetime. And so I kind of saw it as a starting at 0 point, and it's like, fuck, it's like I'm 1 year old. It's like when people say, I wish I was a kid, but I knew everything I knew now. It's like, well, in a sense, you kind of are. It's like you're back at square one, buddy. You got 25 more years to be running. If I get to do that every 25 years, like it's like, fuck, I got another 25 of these things.
No, let me tell you though, because then you hit your 30s, and instead of things working like they used to, they stop. And you're like, fuck.
That's why my
You're like
stock full of fruits and veggies right now. I'm making the changes so that everything doesn't stop. I'm gonna be Tom Cruise in this bitch.
the one thing
60.
Nah, the one thing that we can't stop is time, man, and that's the realist. That's why you just gotta live while you have the chance, and keep it up and keep doing it. Because shit, like I tell you, man, like I still try to be fit, fit and stuff like that. I need to get back on the working out shit, but it was like even then, you notice limits. Like I'm 33. I noticed limits that I never had before that, and it's like, damn, like I really am old. Like my body's really like, fuck you. I ain't doing that. Like, cool.
Yeah, well, as they say, aging is a flaw in our system. We shouldn't age. It's a flaw in our design.
It is, man. It's fucked up, man. It is. I would like to see what my like peak age was. You know what I mean? Like if I could by the end of the simulation or whatever, if they could go, okay, that when you're 24, that's when your body was in top peak form.
Yeah.
And it was all downhill from there, bud.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Well, man, I don't know about you, but I think is Corey still in here? I don't even think Corey's still here anymore. Because according to the screen, it says 2 people have been watching for the past like 17 minutes, and I'm assuming that's you and me.
I have not been watching. So
that
wasn't
me. Who's in here?
It's me. That's probably you,
liar.
Say now I'm in. I just joined it back. Were you gonna call it?
We had discussed before if we had a slow night and nobody was on and do anything, then we could just call it.
We can call it, man. It's our show
today. We had a guest on. He gave 5 pro tips.
I did.
We dropped that 6
solid pro tips too.
We talked ghost stories. We talked aging. We got a little weird. We got a little weird today. We worked with it. We did a bunch of other things to start with a W. So because it's Wednesday, and that's what we do.
I'm glad I was able to. Thank you guys for having me.
And I think we figured out our next 2 shows, diving more in depth on me and you and what we've been about and where we came from and where we're going.
Doing a Shep show and a Chase show.
Pretty much.
Yep. Happy to have a Shep show come first. Get a little time out.
Yeah. We just need a little more time to gather it up, man, would be nice. So I can just get more stuff that I don't have online.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when we're like, what are we doing tonight for our show?
Right.
We tried, man, but it's only going to get better. We're only going to get better today. And every single week we're going to bring you better stuff on WTF. So with you're falling asleep right now. So
I don't know why I took a little nap, so I don't know why I'm yawning.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yawn in before the show's on. That's good. It became real. As
We're
you.
about to go to Hushabye Mountain.
Yeah, big yawn.
You had 2 yawns.
One was forced, one was
You owe us money. You only had time for 1 yawn. So fuck it. Yep. Let's chase the Chip Show for WTF Wednesday Live. We will see you
WTF.
Friday for Friday Night
Friday.
Reviews. We're talking about love and monsters and a little bit of fuck shit.
Fuck shit.
A little history of swear words. And then, we'll see you Saturday for that Super Saturday. Hit you with, whatever is super for the day. So, live live.
Live. Either way.
Philip, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Philly.
It's been great.
It's always a fun time getting to jump on shit like this.
I'm glad we got to do your Make-A-Wish today.
Oh yeah, my bold ass head. Oh my god.
All right, peace.
Smooches.